Hello friends, welcome back. Okay, so I'm gonna clear the space. Loud sound. Okie doke. Alright, so I thought I'd come on today and just ask some questions before I start doing the monthly readings again. Got a couple days, taking it easy. Worked hard yesterday. Anyway, I want to know why Michael Saylor came out and publicly told us about his personal life and how he's not married and how he has all of his Bitcoin going to specific places already designated, which makes him kind of a free agent. So why was he advertising that? Because it interested me. As another single person in an older age category. So I wonder if he's going to, like Keanu Reeves, he's kind of bring that dynamic. Can't speak today. Excuse me. Okay, so let's see what the angels and the ascended masters and spirit guides and whatever else wants to say for our benefit and the good of all humanity. Okay, your energy is sacred, and we understand that. Yes, it is sacred. It is sacred, and people steal your energy all the time. Yeah, you need to really be acutely aware of that. So, yeah, and his sacred energy, he's kind of putting it out there and saying, I'm this single guy. So why is he doing that? Is he going to lead the way for all of us? You know, older people who are of a different generation, not young and 16 anymore. Yet here we are. We've made it through the pig and the python, and we come out the other end, and now here we are. You know, kind of free agents with a lot of time and experience and talent, and coming out and saying, now what? Bet on yourself, take chances, reach your dreams, you've got this. Well, yeah, I was just kind of alluding to these kinds of things. Like, you know, it's the fool's journey, literally. You've got your 12-word phrase, and you don't really need anything more than that. Anything else that you have can either be manifested or replaced. You know, I went for a period of time in my life where I only was able to eat things that other people offered me because I didn't have access to, you know, plentiful food. So I relied on that, and God kept me fed, I'll tell you that much. So, and it wasn't even, like, difficult. There were lots of things and lots of people offering me things. So, you know, even if you do that as an experiment, just only eat what other people offer you, or not, choose not to. And be careful of what other people offer you, because, you know, a lot of times it doesn't come without strings attached. It's cursed, it's poisoned, whatever. They've done things to it. It's been contaminated in some way. Unless you can trace its source, you really are taking it on faith that whatever you're putting in your body is as pure as you want it to be. Yeah. Anyway, maybe that's part of what we need to hear today, too. These are the Archangel Power Tarot cards. This is that new deck I told you I got. I'm all jazzed about. Alright, let's see what the Archangel Power cards. Page of Ariel. Reliable, clever, educated, balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. And I think that's what us older people, I consider myself level 65. Anyway, those in that level range, we have a lot of skills. We've been through some stuff, and now we're you know, free agents, and here we are in this new world. And we're kind of wondering how we're going to fit in, you know. We've always been kind of brushed aside. And I don't know that that's going to be anymore. But anyway, he's coming out. He's an older guy. He's got, you know, white hair. Wait for what your soul shall see in sleep. Yeah. Anyway, dream journal. Here we go again. Talking about that dream journal that I still have yet to put in place. I had a crazy dream the other day. I told my son about it. But I had some dreams last night, and I remember mumbling to myself, certain signs will be activated. And that's the message I had when I drank coffee this morning. That was like the last thing I heard before I woke up, was certain groups will be activated. Certain signs will be activated. Pisces is supposed to be activated so that they can come and help heal everybody else. So that's interesting. My grandmother was a teacher, and she was a Pisces, March 15th, in fact, and I don't remember her being a healer in any sense of the word. And my grandfather as well, on my mother's side, the other way, he was also March 15th, and he worked for the armory and was a Freemason, you know, not a compassionate person by any means. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so here's the tarot, and let's see what the message is about Michael Saylor coming out and talking about how he's this single rich guy. Okay, the Chariot movement. So I guess he's creating a stir in another direction. You know, the money thing, but here he is, Mr. Available, suddenly. Which is the way I see this. I know he was kind of cornered into it, but I kind of believe that that was also manufactured either by the other side or people here in this realm. Excuse me. Okay, what's the challenge here? Being the last man standing. Did you see this card? This is the Chariot. So, force of will. Yeah, well, you know, we already lived a whole life, and now here we are at the end and saying, well, I'm beginning again. I'm starting all over, which is true. Here we are, last man standing. So if you made it this far, you're in pretty good shape. Well, we don't feel like we're in good shape. We feel like I need dental work, I need glasses, I have hearing aids, you know. That's the way we feel, but we still feel like we're vital, and a lot of us are going through sort of a glow up. So, which I believe he probably is also going through. When we did a read on Michael Saylor, he was like practically angelic. So, I'm just wondering why he's coming out and saying these things as a divine masculine, as the reading, not I, but as the reading showed him to be. Go back and look at the faces of Bitcoin, and he's in those readings. There's a reading on Michael Saylor. Anyway, last man standing. Yeah, when you're in the aged category, a lot of your other friends have dropped by the wayside for one reason or another. Okay, anyway. Queen of Wands. So, attractive, magnetic, all things to all people, magical, fertile, optimistic. So lots of good things. Maybe that's who he's looking for. I think that's who he believes he is, but I can't imagine he's queen energy. I mean, you would get a lot of the same things from the male, but I guess the male, there's a sense of corruption. And there's no sense of corruption, really, with the Queen of Wands upright. Anyway, what's the goal? Hermit. Introspection and learning himself. I guess there's an aspect of himself that he feels is not being addressed because he is in single energy. Who knows what his relation... He may have a relationship. Who knows? Why would he come out and say that, though? Okay, anyway, he's been through an arduous time, and he's finally making it to the other side and finding his way out of troubled waters. So he's, as the Coin of Wands, or, this energy, with introspection, he has achieved the ability to move out of troubled water, essentially. That Bitcoin has allowed him to do that. And now all of a sudden, here he is, this guy who's this expert, and they pay him large amounts of money to come talk to these corporations about putting their money into Bitcoin, which is where he deserves to be, but he gets really paid very well. Probably in Bitcoin, if he's smart. Lovers. Oh, look at that. Yeah, he's looking to come together in business deals, which is what we were talking about. But he figures, if I can make business deals, I should be able to find the right one. So, as we are all hoping, if I can do all these things and make it through life, I should be able to find somebody to share my life with. Now, we've had the experience of knowing some people are burdens and other people are, will share in the harvest. Or you feel like you won the lottery because they're with you. So, he has some choices to make, and it's kind of a heavy decision weighing on him. I'm sure he's had experiences in the past, yet he's choosing to publicly make himself available, even if reluctantly. Definitely recognized skill set. People see him for who he is. They know who he is. Well, a lot of people know who he is. Sorry. I moved my houseplants inside and there's a fly buzzing around my ear. Okay, a fruit fly. What are they called? Fungus gnat. That's what they are. Okay, anyway. Memories and childhood and lifetime memories. Or, perhaps he wants to marry a young woman and have an heir. I don't know if he's looking for that. He publicly stated, you can't get the money, so don't worry about it. And he's a Bitcoiner. So the nice thing about relationships between Bitcoiners is it's not about the money, because neither one can get to the other one's money, I guess. I guess that's how that is. If that truly is that way. Being cast aside. And some Bitcoiners understand that. Those of us who have been gang stalked, or those of us who have, for other reasons, needed to hide wealth in other places, not the bank. It's a good skill to have. Anyway, material wealth is a nice place to sit, but you still have to be a person, and you still have to be on a mission of whatever your life's work is going to reflect. And so it's always nicer when you can go along with someone else. I think that this is describing the characteristics of someone he is looking for as an older Bitcoiner, single person. And I think that that's the energy of anybody who is an older Bitcoin, level 65-ish, who is a Bitcoiner and understands the value of Bitcoin and what's happening now, and being in a secure position and being in leadership. But you kind of want to sit back now and go, hey, I want that Four Wands energy. I want that family. I want the lover's energy. I want to come together with somebody in an equal partnership, in fairness, and come together like things used to be. Like things used to be. Men and women used to come together and work together. I said that to my son the other day. I said, since neither one of us has a significant other, we're going to have to function as each other's masculine and feminine until that other person can come in and fill that role. Because the place will function better, the house, the farm, the business, everything will function better if there's a female energy and a male energy. And so that's what we've been doing in that dynamic, but it's also teaching us how to be stronger in those positions, so when the right person shows up, they can step into the masculine or the feminine energy and then, take over that role easily. And we're ready because we've been practicing with each other. Not in a romantic dynamic. I'm saying in a farm function. Like he cooks, but I pretty much run the kitchen, I clean the house, I run the homestead, I run the vegetable garden. He does the other things like the landscaping and the mowing and the cutting of trees. But that's how we divide our energy, and that's how we balance things. And I think that's what people want, is the balance of a good relationship. And that is how it used to be. But those ideas have been cast aside. And people that are looking for that, they used to call them old-fashioned. Now they don't even know what to call them because they don't even know those concepts anymore, it seems. Okay, so I've said a bunch of stuff. Let's see what Lenormand can add to this reading about the other thing I've noticed is there's a lot of ads on YouTube, and I watch YouTube a lot, that are trying to help women solve problems and trying to help men, solve problems, grow hair, smell better, both sexes, and lose weight, exercise, in your home, in a chair, whatever. Holistic and remedies you can buy to solve problems. And a lot of commercials are about self-improvement. And I'm thinking, yeah, because people are going to, come together, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be coupled and have strong family structures. Yeah, we got to love each other again. And I watched something the other day. It was a movie, and there were bunch of men, boyfriends, boy meaning guy, like, I don't know, 17, 18-year-old young men as a group of friends. And the one guy said, if you don't start hollering at those girls, I'm going to have to hit you. And he goes, what do you mean? And, what are you going to get all violent? And he goes, oh, wait, that's what friends do. They, they pull you out from behind the tree and they make you interact so that you meet girls and you have experience and you understand things too. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's an old-fashioned concept, but boy, very much rang true. I wonder if people still do that. I used to go out with my girlfriends in a group, and we'd go dancing and try to find men. That's what we were looking for, boys. Anyway, tower. But this is structure, and this is foundation and strength. And I think that's what we need to build strong relationships again. I sound like Kamala Harris. God forbid. Coffin, death. Yeah, death to the old system. And also, when you've been around to level 65, you're not going to last forever. And, you got some wear and tear on your body. And you've seen some things, and it doesn't go on forever. We are mortal, after all. So, time is precious. What's here is precious, which is why it's such a criminal action to make somebody work so hard. One job, and now 3 jobs and you still can't make it. It's just criminal. That's all it is. It's just criminal. And we know that now. But it's, to look back at it, it's kind of sad. Anyway, I think if you have the heart, you've got a strong foundation, and the bad stuff's going to die away, and we're going to have a whole nother thing going on. I would say sooner than we realize, because we haven't really been heavily attacked. We've been assisted and helped for the last couple months. I'd say the last year. It hasn't been full-on attack unless you're politically involved, but the rest of it's been going pretty good. I mean, in my reality, gas prices are going down. Now with Trump, I don't imagine they're going to go back up again. They'll probably just keep going down. Things are going to get easier. They're going to ease off on us even more. You are good enough. Okay, and one of the readers the other day said, you know, we're not going to show up perfect, and they're not going to show up perfect. Everybody's going to have flaws or things they're working on. Personality things they're working on, physical things they're working on, relationship things they're working on. Because we've all been beaten and tortured. I mean, literally, we've all been beaten and tortured. So, you know, we got some scars. Here we are, last man standing, you know, got some scars, bandage on his head, seriously, last man standing. 9 of Wands. Okay, let's, oh, I didn't read the Moonology. Okay, I'll think about that. What time is it? Well, we're already into the 20s. Maybe we don't need more than that. I think this is a good reading. I think it's exploring a lot of things. I mean, I look at young people and say, wow, they got such an edge. And yet they have a heavier burden. They still have to live the whole life and have the kids and build the whatever. And, you know, find the self-confidence and grow and learn and mature. And they have all that to do. And we've already done a lot of that work. I mean, a lot of people that are here, Bitcoiners, who are senior levels. I guess that was the card. Consume. I wonder what that means. Consume? The vulture? Alright. Well, it kind of picked itself. Let's see. If we don't get any resolution, we can always read the Moonology card. How about that? Okay. That's good. We'll do that. Alright, consume. What is that, vulture? 116. Alright, this card represents the union of life and death, consuming which has died in order to live. Many of the mythologies surrounding the vulture are in opposition to one another. While the ancient Egyptians associated the bird with life-giving, fertility, protection, and feminine deities, the ancient Greeks and Romans associated the bird with war, destruction, ill omen, and masculine deities. But interesting, male and female. And the dichotomy. The vulture card may be asking you to confront your own duality, or how the opposites within yourself complement you as a whole. As a carrion bird, the vulture is fundamentally linked to death, but it is through their scavenging that they feed themselves and their young. Just as the death of one creature nourishes the life of another, remember that we are three-dimensional, imperfect beings made up of negative and positive traits. Our shadow may nourish our light as we learn and accept our own imperfections. The vulture was often used as an agent of vengeance in Greek myths, such as the vulture, through some translation also states eagle, who tortured Prometheus at Zeus's behest. Vengeance as an emotion can consume and must be kept in check. This card asks you to take care of that vengeance and overwhelming negative emotion, and do not let them consume you, and to find the balance between light and dark. The shadow reading of the consume card represents a conclusion that is difficult to swallow, either about those around you or about yourself. There may be a conflict or contradiction that is not easy to resolve right now, or hypocrisy you have discovered that unsettles you. Sit with this discovery and allow it to digest. Element is air. The flowers are galangal root, black-eyed Susan, and chestnut. Stones are rhodonite, red jasper, fire opal, black obsidian, and urging justice upon one who has harmed you, reversing hexes, shadow work, dealing with past life trauma, confronting one's own faults. Okay, yeah, coming to a reckoning of who and what you are. I don't feel compelled to read the Moonology card, because I think that wraps everything up, and I think you are good enough. We've heard that message many times. So here you go. This just gives a little more light onto why Michael Saylor may have said in public that he is a rich single man. Good looking too, by the way. Okay, anyway, like, share, subscribe if you will. Hit the notification bell so you'll hear my uploads, or you'll be notified when I upload new things. And I'll see you around. I'll be around. I gotta do the monthly stuff. Okay, bye.